Have you ever met a woman and thought, she's different, but I can't quite figure out why? Maybe she's mysterious, calm, and unreadable. Or maybe she's fiery, passionate, and unpredictable. Every woman wears a mask, and not out of deceit, but out of identity. Beneath that mask lies her core archetype, her hidden personality blueprint. And once you understand it, you'll never be confused again about her words, moods, or actions. You see, every woman you meet, whether it's Emily from New York who seems cold but loyal, or Olivia from London who flirts with everyone, yet fears commitment, falls into one of 7 deep-rooted types. Ancient Stoics understood that human behavior follows patterns. Today, psychology confirms it. The key is not to judge, but to observe, because the man who understands female nature doesn't chase emotions. He reads them. So let's uncover the 7 archetypes of women, the emotional codes that define who she truly is. As you listen, think about the women in your life. You might just discover the truth behind every smile, silence, or tear. 1. The nurturer. She's the woman who loves without condition, forgives without being asked, and still checks up on people who forgot she exists. You'll know her the moment she enters your life, and she has a softness that instantly calms the chaos around her. She doesn't just listen, she feels you. When you speak, she pays attention not to your words, but to your tone, your pauses, the sadness in your silence. The nurturer isn't naive, she's emotionally intelligent. She understands pain, not from reading about it, but from living through it. Maybe she grew up being the peacemaker in her family, the one who tried to hold everything together. Maybe she learned that love often means sacrifice. Whatever her past, she built her identity around giving. Psychologically, she aligns with what experts call the secure or anxious preoccupied attachment style. She finds joy in connection. But when that connection feels uncertain, she starts to question her worth. You'll see her overthinking texts, replaying conversations, wondering if she did something wrong, not because she's needy, but because her love runs deep. Men often mistake her gentleness for weakness. They think she's easy to keep because she rarely argues, forgives easily, and gives endless chances. But here's what they don't realize. The nurturer doesn't stay because she's weak. She stays because she believes in people's potential. She sees light even in those who show her darkness. Yet every nurturer has a breaking point, that silent moment, when she finally realizes her love isn't being valued. When that moment comes, she doesn't scream, she doesn't beg. She simply detaches quietly, completely, and permanently. And that's when men finally understand what they lost. Stoic wisdom says, you cannot control another's gratitude, only your own giving. To be with a nurturer, a man must learn balance, receive her love, but also protect her peace. She doesn't need a savior. She needs a safe space. If you love her, cherish her. Speak to her gently, but never lie. Her intuition is powerful. She feels dishonesty before you say a word. When she loves you, she'll inspire you to become your best version. But if you betray her, she'll teach you what it means to lose something pure, something you'll search for again but never find in the same way. The nurturer is not here to complete you. She's here to remind you what real love feels like. Patient, selfless, and rare, even to the independent. She walks into a room and doesn't need attention, and it finds her. Her confidence doesn't come from validation. It comes from mastery. She's built her world from the ground up, brick by brick, pain by pain. You won't find her waiting for someone to save her. She's already her own rescue. The independent woman is the embodiment of modern Stoicism. She has learned that peace isn't given. It's earned through self-discipline, purpose, and boundaries. While others chase love, she chases growth. While others fear solitude, she uses it as fuel. Men often find her intimidating, not because she's aggressive, but because she doesn't need them. She wants connection, yes, but not dependence. To her, love is a partnership, not possession. Her greatest fear isn't loneliness. It's losing her freedom. Psychologically, she often embodies avoidant or self-sufficient attachment traits. Her independence may have been born from survival. Maybe she was disappointed one too many times. Maybe she learned early that relying on others leads to pain. Now she wears strength like armor. But deep beneath that armor lives a quiet exhaustion, the kind that comes from always being the strong one. Here's the paradox. The independent woman craves softness just as much as she fears it. She wants to be held, but only by someone strong enough to respect her space. She won't follow a man blindly. She'll walk beside him, matching his energy stride for stride. A Stoic once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." That's her essence. She lets go of drama, fear, and emotional chaos. She refuses to be a prisoner of dependency. If you're with an independent woman, don't compete with her ambition. Celebrate it. Don't try to make her need you, make her want you. The difference is everything. She admires a man with discipline, focus, and control over his emotion because she knows such men are rare. When she trusts you enough to show her vulnerable side, that's when you've truly won her heart. Because for her, vulnerability is the ultimate risk. It means she's letting someone see the side she hides from the world. She's the woman who inspires you to elevate your life. Her energy demands respect, not validation. She'll love you intensely, but she'll walk away the second she feels her peace being disturbed. The independent woman teaches men that love without freedom is a cage, and freedom without love is emptiness. Balance is her truth. 3. The dreamer. She's the woman who lives half in the real world, half in her imagination. Her eyes sparkle with a kind of wonder most adults have lost. She sees meaning in the smallest moments, a sunset, a song, a simple glance. To her, love isn't just emotion, it's poetry in motion. When you meet a dreamer, she'll make you feel like you've stepped into a story, where you're the hero, the passion and the peace all at once. But behind that enchanting energy lies a fragile soul, one that feels everything too deeply. The dreamer often sees the world through idealized lenses, shaped by books, movies, and her own hope. Psychologically, she often aligns with the intuitive feeling personality types like INFJ or INFP. She believes love can heal, that people can change, and that kindness always wins. But reality doesn't always match her expectations. And when that happens, when love disappoints her, or when someone she trusted turns cold, she doesn't just move on. She rewrites the story in her mind, trying to make sense of what went wrong. She'll replay memories, analyzing every word, every silence, hoping to find meaning. Her pain runs deep because she invests her soul into every connection. When she falls, she doesn't fall halfway. She gives all of herself, and when that love ends, it feels like losing a piece of who she is. Stoic philosophy would tell her, the obstacle is not the enemy, but the path. But for the dreamer, detachment feels unnatural. She wants to feel everything. Yet over time, she learns that her sensitivity is not a curse. It's a compass. It allows her to understand emotions others avoid. If you love a dreamer, protect her heart. Don't make promises you don't intend to keep. She'll remember everyone. Don't play games. She'll notice. But pretend she doesn't just to keep peace. Be honest, be gentle, and be consistent. Because when a dreamer feels safe, she gives you the kind of love most people spend lifetimes searching for, the pure, unconditional kind. She'll see the best in you even when you can't. She'll stand by you through chaos, believing in your potential more than you believe in yourself. But if you break her trust, she won't lash out. She'll fade away quietly, taking with her the warmth you didn't realize you'd grown addicted to. The dreamer reminds us that the world is full of cynicism, but real hope still exists. She's a mirror reflecting what love could be if we all dared to feel deeply again. 4. The mystery. She's the kind of woman who walks into your life and immediately captures your curiosity. Not because she's loud, but because she's silent. Her presence feels like an unanswered question. You never fully know where you stand with her, and that's exactly what makes her unforgettable. The mystery isn't easy to read. She gives you pieces of herself, just enough to keep you guessing. One day she's warm and open, the next she's distant and cold. Most men misinterpret this as disinterest, but it's not. It's protection. She's been hurt before deeply, maybe even betrayed by someone she trusted completely. Now she wears emotional detachment like a shield. Psychologically, she often embodies the dismissive, avoidant attachment style. Her mind whispers, don't get too close, or you'll get hurt again. So, she keeps a distance, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. You might think she's calm and unbothered, but beneath that composed surface is a storm of emotions she doesn't show anyone. Her silence isn't emptiness, and it's control. She refuses to let anyone see her weakness. Here's the truth about the mystery. She's not emotionless. She's just disciplined with her emotions. She doesn't react impulsively. She observes. She studies people, measures their words, and tests their intentions. The Stoics would admire her restraint. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy, She's mastered that lesson. Men often chase her, addicted to the thrill of trying to figure her out. But the mystery cannot be solved. She must be understood. To earn her trust, you must offer consistency, not chaos. She won't open up to drama, but she'll unfold slowly for peace. If you're patient enough to break through her walls, you'll find one of the most loyal hearts in existence. When she finally chooses to love, she does so with rare depth, because it's a choice she doesn't make lightly. But betray her once and she'll disappear without closure. No arguments, no explanations, just silence. That's her power. She's not driven by revenge. She's driven by self-respect. The mystery woman teaches men a profound Stoic lesson, that sometimes silence isn't distance, it's discipline. The less she speaks, the more you should listen, because her silence holds more truth than most people's words. 5. The challenger. She's fire, bold, direct, unafraid to speak her mind. She doesn't play the victim, doesn't beg for love, and doesn't fear confrontation. To some, she's intimidating, to others, intoxicating. But to truly understand her, you must see beyond her sharp edges, because her strength isn't about dominance, it's about protection. The challenger has probably faced a world that tried to silence her. Maybe she grew up fighting to be heard, or had to prove her worth in environments that rewarded submission. Over time, she learned that to survive, she had to become unbreakable. Psychologically, she often aligns with the dominant or assertive personality archetype. She thrives in control, because it's the only way she knows how to feel safe. She doesn't fear strong men. She fears weak ones disguised as confident. Her confrontational nature isn't about conflict. It's about testing authenticity. When she challenges you, she's asking, "Can I trust your strength?" She wants to know that you won't crumble when life gets hard. She doesn't need a man to dominate her. She needs one strong enough to meet her energy without losing his composure. A Stoic once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The challenger respects that kind of men that come in chaos, clear under pressure. When you react emotionally, she pulls away. When you stay composed, she leans in. Many men mistake her intensity for rebellion, but in truth, she's loyal beyond measure. Once you've earned her respect, she's the kind of woman who will fight beside you, defend you when you're not around, and challenge you to become better every day. But if you try to control her, she'll rebel. If you lie to her, she'll see it instantly. Her intuition is razor sharp, her honesty brutal. She doesn't believe in sugarcoating. She believes in truth even when it hurts. Her love isn't soft, and it's transformative. It will demand growth, accountability, and strength. She'll call you out, but also lift you up. And once she gives her heart, it's forever, until you betray her trust. Then she becomes a stranger. The challenger woman reminds men that love isn't always gentle. Sometimes it's fierce. And if you can handle her storms, she'll show you the calm after them. 6. The lover. She's passion in human forms, alive, emotional, magnetic. When she loves, she gives everything. You'll feel her energy instantly. Her laughter fills the room. Her touch feels electric, and her presence is addictive. The lover craves closeness, warmth, and deep emotional connection. Love to her isn't logical, it's spiritual. She believes in destiny and chemistry and that once-in-a-lifetime spark. Psychologically, she mirrors the anxious, preoccupied attachment style. She feels everything more deeply than most. When she's happy, she glows. When hurt, she collapses. She gives endlessly, even when it's not returned. She's the one who writes long messages, forgives too soon, and holds on too long. Yet her ability to love fully is also her greatest gift. Stoic wisdom says, the greatest happiness comes from mastery of the self. To be with a lover, you must bring calm to her chaos. Don't fight her fire, steady it. When she spirals, be her anchor. When she doubts, be her peace. Love her not with intensity, but with stability. Over time, she learns that passion without peace burns out, and peace without passion fades. If you lose her, she won't forget. Her heart remembers everything. She'll mourn deeply but rise stronger, softer, still believing in love. The lover teaches men that emotion isn't weakness, it's depth. But to love her, you must be strong enough not to drown in it. 7. The healer. She's the woman who's walked through fire and emerged gold. Her strength is quiet, her presence peaceful. She's faced betrayal, heartbreak, and loss, yet she moves with calm and grace. The healer no longer seeks chaos. She values peace. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't argue, she observes. She embodies post-traumatic growth, turning pain into wisdom. Emotionally intelligent and grounded. She's not impressed by words, but by consistency. When she withdraws, it's not rejection, it's reflection. Her silence is sacred. She's learned that protecting her peace is survival. The Stoic said, "The obstacle is the way," and she lives by it. She doesn't avoid pain. She transforms it. To love her, you must bring authenticity. She doesn't need fixing, and she needs understanding. Her affection is calm, patient, and pure. But betray her once and she'll walk away quietly, her dignity intact. The healer teaches that true strength isn't loud. It's in rising without bitterness. She's proof that suffering, when faced with courage, doesn't destroy you, it refines you. Conclusion. Every woman you meet carries a universe within her, shaped by her experiences, beliefs, and battles. Some lead with fire, some with silence, and others with love so deep it can heal or destroy. Understanding these archetypes isn't about labeling women, it's about awareness. Because the man who observes instead of reacting gains control not over others, but over himself. When you recognize who you're dealing with, whether it's the independent, the dreamer, or the healer, you stop taking things personally. You stop chasing validation and start practicing composure, the core of Stoic strength. In relationships, wisdom is power. The more you understand human nature, the less chaos controls you. Every reaction, every silence, every emotion becomes a lesson in discipline. So the next time you meet a woman, don't just ask what she looks like or what she does. Ask yourself, now what type of soul stands before me? Because once you see her essence, everything else becomes clear. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.